Hello, middle schoolers. Welcome to Home Group. My name is Anne, and I'm on staff at Blackhawk. I am so glad that you have joined us tonight. If this is your first time at Home Group, you have picked the perfect night to join us. We are in week 2 of a 3-week series on relationships, and tonight we are talking about sex. What an exciting night to be here. Now, if that makes you a little uncomfortable, it's not your fault. It's probably because adults have avoided talking about it. Sorry about that. Also, if you feel awkward, the passage that we're going to read from the Bible tonight isn't just about sex. It's first and foremost about how God created us. See, that's where we've got to start. How did God create us? Tonight we're going to be reading scripture from Genesis 1 and 2. Genesis is an easier book to find in the Bible because it's the first book in the Bible, and Genesis 1 is on page 1. The verses that we are going to be looking at tell the story of God's creation of humankind. Genesis 1:27 through 28 says, "So God created human being in his own image. In the image of God he created them. Male and female he created them. Then God blessed them and said, 'Be fruitful and multiply, fill the earth and govern it. Reign over the fish in the sea and the birds in the sky and all the animals that scurry along the ground.'" Creating humans was the pinnacle of God's creative work. He saw what he made and he declared it very good. That tells us something about who we are and whose we are. So God, the creator of the heavens and earth, who placed the stars in the sky and formed each and every beautiful, complex creature, set the waves in the ocean and rolled out the hills and the valleys, the God who formed a massive, incomprehensible universe and every detail in it, he formed you. Above all other creatures, he created you. No other creature was formed in his image or was given the authority to rule and care for his creation, but you, both men and women, made equally in his image or likeness. God then calls you to be all that he created you to be in his image. He knows every detail of your body, heart, and mind, and wants us to trust his design. You, your body, and your life were created with purpose. As being created in his image above all others on earth, your body is sacred in his sight. Our reading in chapter 2 provides a picture of how we interact and carry ourselves within God's creation, which should ultimately reflect our value given to us by our Creator. The man in this story, Adam, assigns roles and purpose to all of the creatures and names them, but within all creation is not able to find his partner. Our reading describes how God took the rib from Adam's side to create the woman, his companion. When we think of the word rib, we think of a small bone in Adam's chest, but a more accurate interpretation is not rib, but side. God's action takes from the side of the man to create the woman so that she is human in every way, just like the man. The man recognizes the woman as from himself. The Hebrew word for man is ish, and the word for woman is isha. They sound so similar and connect the man and the woman. In creation and in God's view, they are two halves of one whole. Man and woman together are created to come together as one whole. I came across something that puts it another way. We are two halves of a whole idiot. Okay, so God isn't saying that we're idiots, but we are two halves. The world is a better place because both men and women are in it. And these two halves can be united to one another in marriage and as one flesh. Now, you don't have to get married to be a whole person. Not everyone gets married, and that's totally fine. But now this passage is talking about marriage, and this phrase, one flesh, is a term that the Bible uses, but it's not a term that we use very often. The Bible is referring to a man and a woman uniting physically through sex. In fact, God designed sex for the very purpose of uniting two people at the most intimate and connected level. It is beautiful, natural, and holy in so many ways. But God also designated appropriate timing and boundaries surrounding who we would give our lives and our bodies to in this way. God provides us guidance. After all, God is the creator of sex. Through marriage, God makes a covenant or a promise with a husband and a wife. And again, they become two halves of one whole, just as they were created to be. Our media and friends talk about sex in a way that is very different from this. So that can lead us to have a lot of questions about the topic. Home Group is a safe place to ask those questions. And it is our hope that through these conversations you have tonight, you may grow in your understanding of how to follow Jesus more closely in this area of your life.